BETHLEHEM. DICTIUS te NECARE? NECARE? I don't know. I have a little notebook here. DICTIUS te NECARE. I don't know. Something like that. I don't speak Latin. So, this album was something. It was definitely something. I'm going to start off this review with a question that I think is pretty important. Who hurt Rainer Ladferman? Rainer, I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce it. But who hurt him? Because you can't tell me that these vocals are coming from someone who is mentally okay. You know what I mean? I think someone needs to check up on him. BETHLEHEM has been on my radar for quite a while. And I've listened to some of their songs, you know. I've been a fan of them for a while, but I've never actually listened to a whole album before. And after listening to this album, I can see very clearly why it gets the recognition that it does. And I can also see how high the bar is for black metal in general, you know. Honestly, this might be a shorter review, even though I do post quite short reviews, because I don't have much to comment on besides the obvious, that being the vocals, Rainer Ladferman's vocals. Good God Almighty. This is without a doubt one of the most insane and downright scary performances I've ever heard. I was going to say seen. I've ever heard in my life. Some of the screams that this guy executes genuinely made my stomach drop. Namely the first two screams in the title track. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. I don't speak German. And not only are his highs insane, but his lows are pretty bonkers as well. The guitars and drums and bass are, you know, the instruments are well produced and well mixed. Don't get me wrong, but I think they are way outshined by the vocals. At least that's what it feels like to me, because Ladferman executes an easy top 10 metal vocal performances of all time in this album, in my opinion. But even though the instruments do get overshadowed by the vocals, in my opinion, they still combine really well to create something that is extremely dark, at times pretty beautiful, and as I mentioned earlier, scary. And despite the overwhelming sense of dread that I get from this album, it made me feel kind of serene at times, especially when Ladferman's vocals are isolated and kind of echoey, which also gives it that classic DSBM sound. But those are pretty much my only thoughts on the album. Like I said, this will probably be a shorter review. Overall, extremely solid, extremely scary album. And to Rainer Ladferman, I hope you're doing okay. Here are some of my favorites in no particular order. Thanks for watching my review. If you liked it, please leave a like on it, and please subscribe. That would mean the world to me. Let me know what you think of the album, and I will see you in the next one.